Hey friends, welcome to the September edition of What Would You Make? Let's jump right into our wood creations. For this DIY, I'm starting out with a 4-stack wooden pumpkin sign that I found at Family Dollar. I have various colors of apple barrel paints, folk art, and some Waverly. So what I'm wanting to do, I'm going to use some lighter colors for this pumpkin. I think this ballet slipper for my first pumpkin, and then I want to do black and white for the second one, and I have a buffalo check stencil that I'm going to use for that. My third pumpkin, I'm going to use either light lavender or lavender sachet, and I don't think I'm going to use this one. And then for my very top pumpkin, I'm going to use this steel gray by Waverly with this white. So every other pumpkin will have the buffalo plaid. So the second one and then this one on the very top will have a plaid design. I'm gonna mix the lavender sachet and the light lavender together for this third pumpkin. Okay, so originally I was going to use this one, but it just seems a bit too small. So I'm going to go with my larger buffalo plaid stencil and use my white paint. Okay, for the flip side, my Halloween side, I'm just going to do each pumpkin black and then come back and do an orange buffalo check accent on every other one. So once that Mod Podge dried, I added some twine, and I found this roll at Dollar Tree, and I just hot glued some at the top of the stem. And when I flipped it over to the fall side, I decided to add the green and white pet berries, so I would have some coily tendrils hanging down, and a piece of the pit berry broke, so I had to kind of fix that, and then I wound it around the pin so I would have a nice curlicue hanging down. And I wanted to add some of the beautiful light colored maple leaves that Dollar Tree has to that fall side as well. And once I got my maple leaves secured, I added a little bit more twine to the top, and then I added a few of those faux leather words that Dollar Tree has out now, Grateful and Blessed. I added those to the solid colored pumpkins with some hot glue, and then I decided that I wanted to add some leaves to the black and orange side, so I just took some of the classic fall leaves and added those to the black and orange side, just so no matter what side the sign is on, that there would be a nice leaf, a leafy detail at the top. And here's my completed reversible pumpkin stack. I am loving this sign. Let me know, what do you think of it? I'll have a link in the description box for the stencils if you're interested in them. What Would You Make is hosted by Zaina from OK at Home DIY, Connie from Connie's Creative Creations, and the special guest host is Teresa B DIY. Please check out the channels of these talented ladies. For this DIY, I have a few pieces of broken fence picket and some free scrap wood from Home Depot. So I'm working outside so I can get my cuts done and I won't have sawdust all over my house. So I'm just trying to get my pickets lined up to where I can make a cut line. And initially I had them level at the top, and then I realized that I needed to move them, but I'm just making a line so I can cut straight as I possibly can. I end up moving the taller pickets up because I realized my error right there. So then I just make my cut line because they're just randomly broken pieces of wood, but I want them to be able to be secured to my piece of scrap wood. So I start cutting with my Dremel, but I wasn't being very successful. So then I had a helping hand step in and just use the handsaw to finish it up for me. So wood glue was added to the bottom of each of the pickets, and then they were nailed into the scrap wood piece just to help secure them. All right, so these have been sitting for several hours, so all of the glue is dry. So I'm going to work on them with the like ledge part of the wood facing out, because this is going to end up holding florals. So I'm going to go ahead and get these wood pieces painted with a chippy brush. So I'm starting out with the green color to give kind of like a haphazard coat to this first pumpkin, and then I had also chosen orange and white. Okay, so I did not like the green, so I wiped it. I wet a paper towel and got as much of it off as I could. So I'm gonna let that one kind of dry, but I'm just gonna go ahead and use antique white on all three of them. I thought I wanted the different colors, but I don't like the way it looks on this grade wood. So we'll just go with some antique white and I'm going to use these wood stems. Using more leaves from this pick, I want to add these on either side, a piece on either side of my little pumpkins. Okay, so for this area here, I have a bunch of old florals that were gifted to me. So I've just kind of picked them apart. I've got some sunflowers, some gourds, some acorns, different little picks. And I'm trying to figure out which is the best way to have them set up. Should I try to hot glue them directly to the wood? I don't know. I do have some scraps of floral foam. I don't have all that much, though. That's the problem. So I think maybe I should try to use my bits of floral foam. If you're not already subscribed, please consider subscribing to my channel. It's totally free and I would love to have you on board. When continuing to add the florals, I duplicated the right side so it looked like how I'd layered the florals on the left side, and I wanted those sunflowers to be in the center, and I added some of those light colored berries that Dollar Tree sells in different little spots and a bit of Spanish moss tucked in here and there. It's so messy, but it just looks really nice in pieces like this, so I wanted to add a bit of that to give it a really nice finished look. And then I had this metal thankful and also the faux leather grateful, and I couldn't decide which one I wanted, although I did really like the thankful more. So I just added a bit of brown paint to replicate faux rust and added Gorilla Glue and a little hot glue for the long-term, short-term hold and pressed it in place. And I think this is just the nice finishing embellishment this piece needed, and I'm really loving the way this turned out. From broken fence pieces to a beautiful fall display, let me know, what do you think of this DIY? And here's a look back at my other DIY, my reversible pumpkin stack. I thank you so much for watching. Don't forget the playlist. I'll have a link to the playlist and our host in the description box. Have a blessed day.